Now, talking about that, enough about the transfers and everything. You keep harping on Lukaku's transfer.
I'm saying all the time, bro.
You think that Lukaku will actually score?
He will score
for Chelsea.
He will score a goal for Chelsea. He will definitely. I have no doubt. I mean, like what we mentioned before in previous episodes, Lukaku is a proven goal scorer.
All right, welcome back to VAR with John and Ben, where we talk about our views, analysis, and ramblings with the two man of the hour. Okay, so we're gonna start with Ben today, lah. Ben, what do you think about the fans being back in full force?
I think fans being back in full force, it's pretty awesome. With every, I think with every cheer behind, with every boo behind the ball, when the ball get passes, they make a sound. All these sort of like, if anything, I feel it creates an atmosphere. People can say what they want to say, but the atmosphere is very important. I mean, if you have an important atmosphere, you have a strong atmosphere, you have an atmosphere against you, an atmosphere for you, it changes the game, in my opinion. And when, let's say, if you're a goal down, I think this one John may agree with me, but if you're a goal down and you have the fans supporting for you, trying to rally behind you, I think that helps a lot in pushing for that equalizer. And just like how when Chelsea is about to beat the hell out of Liverpool this weekend, and we're going to have the fans going behind us as well. So yeah, I'm just saying, right, don't agree, fans very important. But yeah, I do feel, empty crowd versus a stadium full of crowd, at almost full capacity. Very, very different indeed. I think, John and I, and maybe Leroy as well, when we were watching the games, it really felt like friendly games or training games kind of thing, when it was just playing, without the fans and hearing without the fans, just hearing the coaches shouting instructions, can even hear the ball hitting the side, a bit weird. It feels like certain league. There are some leagues that are also like that, but I don't want to mention which leagues. But there are some football leagues that resemble this. I say some, I do not know which country. But anyway, yeah. That's my thought. I think fans play a very, very crucial part.
Yeah. But before I go, may I remind you, right, that this weekend's game is at Anfield. So the amount of Chelsea fans inside there are like, okay. Well, just gentle reminder, Ben, gentle reminder. Well, anyway, I fully agree what you say regarding the good parts about having fans back. It gives players an extra push. It gives players an extra lift to do their best, even performing out of their own capacity in some sense. But just this week, I actually saw on video one of the negative sides of having fans back. And it's quite sad to say this. So basically what happened was this game took place in France. It was a game between Marseille and Nice, okay, or Nice. Some people want to pronounce it Nice. So what happened was Dimitri Payet, or Payet, whatever you want to call him, he went to take a corner and a fan actually threw a glass bottle, and hit him on the back. And out of frustration, because this wasn't the first time during the game, right? So out of frustration, maybe us being humans, right? He took the bottle and threw back at the fence. And then all hell broke loose. The match had to be abandoned. And for some strange reason, Nice were awarded 3-0, which I don't understand. Okay, so but that, that's besides the point, But the thing is that having fans back is definitely a good thing, but there's the bad thing also, which is
no, I do agree with you.
There are always some idiots, around having that spoils the nature of the game. So I hope that with England they have more control and everything. So they definitely idiots and everything that we can still enjoy the game. After all. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's still a farmers' league, so I don't. Them,
and if anything, I like to add on to what you said, whether it's the advantage or disadvantage. There was a research done, and they compared games from the EPL, the Championship, Germany, Bundesliga 1, 2, La Liga as well was involved. The Serie A was involved. So they took many leagues, including Greek Super League, Russian Premier League, and so on and so forth. So they assess about 4,844 games, and so these are some things that they found through the research, which I thought was kind of interesting. So let's read some of them to you. So with fans present, teams won 0.39 points more per game at home than away. With fans absent, the advantage was half when teams won only 0.22 points more at home. So you can see that when there are fans, The team seemed to have a bit more spurt on lah. And here's the funny part: with fans present, home team scored more goals, about 0.29 goals more than game played away, and this was when fans were present. But when fans were away, the home teams only scored just 0.15 goals more than the visitor. So all these stats came comparing from over 4,000 games, and clearly you can see that fans play a part. Now this is about the team. Now then they but they researched on stats on referees, and I thought this was interesting. They researched that referees gave more fouls against the home teams in empty stadiums. Referee gave a similar number of fouls against the away team in also empty stadiums. And this is something that was very intriguing to me. I think maybe fans do play a part. Apparently, in regards with yellow cards, the referees gave far fewer yellow cards against away teams in empty stadiums. Very interesting. Now, here's a funny one that I thought. Referees gave similar number of yellow cards against the home team in empty stadiums, even though they fouled more. So clearly you can see in terms of decision making, even the referees or psychologically they do get affected in a way. So I do having fans around, there are some factors that changes the thing lah. Whether it's home advantage, team dominance over a game, that sort of thing, referee sort of showing cards. Yeah, I do think fans do play a good yet also a bad part. Because sometimes I feel, I don't know about you, John, but just like this weekend when we visit Anfield, beautiful place, by the way. You never walk alone, but unfortunately, look who's back, just saying.
Nice try. That's a very interesting stat there, by the way. I think it's very interesting. But somehow, you say about having fans back, the home team actually wins more and everything, but it doesn't seem to apply to Arsenal. No, according to another statistic, right? Sorry, but I had to say it. I mean, you
I'm going with you. No. I'm agreeing with you on this.
Arteta has lost more home games in the last 6 months or so than Arsene Wenger has in the last 6 years or something like that. So I mean, I'm just putting it out there, lah. I mean, so.
but the Arsenal fans are gonna argue that yesterday they beat I think West Brom 6-0.
What is it? EFL Cup? Please, goodness gracious me. Apparently, West Brom are playing an under-23 team. I mean, if you can't beat West Brom's under-23 team, then something is really wrong with you, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. You could say that.
I mean, okay. I mean, for Arsenal, I mean, so yes, they beat West Brom 6-0 and everything. So Aubameyang came back. He scored a hat-trick. I think Lacazette also got onto the score sheet here. And then I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles, forget his name, forgettable player. But apparently he made the impact when he actually came into centre mid for Arsenal. Even Martin Odegaard, he came on his first game as an Arsenal player, as a full-fledged Arsenal player. Apparently he did very well. I haven't seen the highlights yet, but the report stated that he actually created a fantastic assist for don't know which player lah. Yeah. So having said that, do you think now with their big guns coming back and with the addition of Martin Odegaard, how do you see Arsenal's season panning out?
Well, I mean, I have to give them some credit as well, despite them being London rivals and whatever. At the end of the day, they do have a squad that can challenge. But in my opinion, it's not like, a top contender kind of challenge. That's my opinion. Because at the end of the day, we have to agree every other squad is already leveraging the market. They're building it up better. They're recruiting better names. And Arsenal, who used to attract these big names, clearly they are no longer doing the same. I can't remember which player made that comment. I really can't remember, but if you do, just add on to that. There was a former player that said, that they used to be able to attract such big names, but nowadays, that star pulling power is no longer there. And I do agree. Arsenal used to be this formidable team, that could challenge. I mean, we used to make fun of them that they're always top 4, but now they seem to be languishing at the bottom lah. So, God bless them lah. They're not even in top 10, I mean, I want to give them some respect that they can do it, but if anything, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I think they do deserve a more experienced manager to hold the reins for now.
So do you think in some sense Arteta is similar to Lampard, that he has potential, but is not there yet? Do you think so?
I'm gonna disagree with you there because Lampard at least he had some.
Someone.
You know, when he was in he was at the championship, and at least he had some form of what's that called? Managerial experience. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But where Arteta, you could say he was underling at Manchester City, but at the end of the day, it was underling, right? He had to follow someone else's bloody instructions. So, you could say he's maybe 50%, but Frank Lampard is better, You know, I welcome Frank Lampard back. But you see, the difference between us is that we will welcome Frank Lampard, even though he got sacked. I'm just saying, we will welcome him back. I don't think the Arsenal fans are going to welcome Arteta back as a manager. As a player, yes, but they likely will not welcome him back as a manager because people can say what they want, but Lampard, at least, he pushed for our academy products. And look what happened. You know, they're all over the place. Granted, they're not playing all for Chelsea, but I'm just going to say, just like this weekend, he did it last season. Mason Mount will score a goal. Oh, not bad. Not bad.
It's nice to dream, isn't it? It's very nice to dream, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Yeah. At least
not
the
all
dream
dreams
was
become reality.
dirty.
You do know that, right? Just gentle reminder.
God damn it. Yeah. Okay. So to answer your question, I don't think Arteta is the right man. I wouldn't even say for now. I just don't think he's the right man for Arsenal. And I'll say it again. I think sooner or later, if Vieira does well with Palace, he will be the one to take over Arsenal because he does well at Palace. They're going to want him back. I hope he wants to go back because he is, after all, from there, and he built a legacy for himself. And I think the Arsenal fans are willing to welcome him back. That's just my opinion.
So do you see this trend carrying on of clubs employing former players as the managers? And you see this trend going forward? I can't continue.
I mean, there is a trend, but we also can't say it's a trend. We also have to agree that it's because these former players decided to go on to the next step of their life. And therefore, they slowly become managers on their own, managing from small to big time. And some of them succeed, some of them don't. And we don't even talk about former players. There are some big names that they used to be quite good, but now we don't know whether they're so good. But Roma seemed to what? Okay, anyway.
I thought you were mentioning good players, but okay, I acknowledge that Terry is a good player, but he's probably never going to be a manager.
Okay, anyway, I wasn't going there. I was going with Jose Mourinho, but okay. So yeah. At the end of the day, I think going back to the whole managers part, I think it's not just the managers, about the players that they have, whether they are able to assemble the right team. And I'll say it again, give them some sort of time. Vieira is going to do what he has to do, because I can see that happening. And if anything, Aston Villa is also doing the same thing, if you ask me. You could clearly see that. So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you think that they have the players, they just need a proper manager, in your opinion, correct?
Yeah. I would think they need a proper manager.
Someone that can make all the players gel and everything. Correct me if I'm wrong. So in your opinion, the players that Arsenal have in their squad currently are actually good enough to at least
good enough
to be in the let's say top 6 maybe.
I'll say top 10.
Possible. You really think it's possible?
I'll say top 10. No, I think they can be at the top 10. They can be. Definitely can be. But of course, if they are who they are, then
it's quite sad that you think that they can be in the top 10.
Yeah, they can be in the top 10. I'm just saying, it's just the truth. They can be in the top 10. I don't see them in the top 4, to be very fair.
I mean,
but
I not even top
see
6,
them
really. If a proper manager that comes in that knows how to play to the strengths of the players, find a good system for them. Nope.
They need time to build. They need time to build because at the end of the day, other squads are already building faster than them. Granted, they are Arsenal, no doubt they have the history. But as we always say, history is the history, the future is the future. And you know what? I'm just gonna say they are no longer that big name for now. For now. And I'm also a Chelsea fan, so I can be biased, right?
The interesting thing, right? Because they currently sit 19th position. I know it's only after 2 games. Right, it's only after 2 games, but there are memes going on that maybe they need to bring Big Sam back in, to help them stay for relegation, and I think I also shared a video, right, of this Arsenal fans rant about how he's so disappointed about Arteta. I know it's just 2 games in, but he just wants Arteta.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely. I think speaking of disappointment as well, there are a lot of disappointment in the football world. We always thought that when we hear the transfer, we thought we're going to see, wow, that amazing attacking lineup. Take, for example, we thought Messi and Aguero were going to play together, but oh no, look what happened. And then now now we got Mbappe, who might not be playing with Messi. Oh no, going to Real Madrid. And then all of a sudden you got Ronaldo. Yeah, so all these rumors coming in, like as I said, Ronaldo as well going to Manchester City. Let's hear from you, John. Let's hear from you. What do you think about the transfer rumors so far?
Okay, I'll start with Mbappe.
Sure.
I think that's just being a petulant child. I don't know, he wants to be the main man. So even with Neymar around, he's still the main man. But now that Messi is here, the king, apparently the king, so he cannot be the main man. He just wants out. I don't know. To me, it just reeks of childish petulance, immaturity of him. If anything, I will want to play Messi. I will want to show that, hey, I'm actually better than him. What better way to do it than playing on the same team, outscoring him and everything. I know it may not be, or it may hurt the camaraderie or whatever, but at the end of the day, you want to win things with Messi on board and with the other players on board, with like Ramos and everything. You stand an even better chance. And why do you want to go to a sinking ship? Let's be honest, Barca and Real, they are no longer the force.
No longer.
Correct. They don't have the financial backing anymore. Barcelona, how many millions in debt? Madrid is still surviving because the city is helping them. But what makes you think that why are players still so hard up about wanting to go to Madrid or even Barca and everything? No, I think to use an old cliche, the power has shifted. I think there's really a shift of power already. In my opinion, the power has shifted to the English clubs. No longer the Spanish teams or even some of the like Bayern Munich. No, I don't think so. Even Bayern, I think Bayern is still somewhere there. But I think the English clubs are really the ones to look out for right now. So you should be thinking about the clubs like Liverpool, Chelsea. These are the clubs that you should be thinking of. As a player So so people like Haaland, maybe he should be coming back as well. Look at even Ronaldo. He went to Juve. He went there with the intention to win the Champions League. He did not win. And in my opinion, why he's talking about these rumors about going to Man City is because he see Messi going to PSG. PSG stands a very good chance to win the Champions League. He wants to stand a chance. He wants to compete with Messi, and he will not be able to do that with Juve. And I think that's the reason why he wants to go to Man City. And it's very interesting because, being a United player, right? He's a United legend. He made his name at United, correct? So for him to go to City, I have a lot of question marks. He reeks of Michael Owen, betraying Liverpool, going to Man United and everything. To this day, there's still a lot of Liverpool fans that hate Owen for doing that. Most of them are English fans. So I foresee the same thing happening to Ronaldo. If he goes to Man City, he's going to lose his legacy and his respect as a United legend. So I really don't think he'll go. But at the end of the day, money counts. And I don't think he was going to retire until he wins the Champions League. So with Man City, I think he knows that he stands the highest chance. Obviously not. I think in the same way, he doesn't want to play with Messi because, two egos and everything, they both want to be the main man and whatnot. So they would rather make it more dramatic, more interesting, right? To compete with one another instead of playing together. I know his best friend Ramos is there, but, what better way than go Man City against? It's be quite interesting. So I think that's, in my personal opinion, I think that's the reason he's actually angling for a move to Man City. Not so much of the crowd, but more because Man City stands a higher chance of winning a Champions League. So that's my opinion. So it's purely from his own personal gain perspective. So that's my take. I don't know about yours though.
Okay, mine really very simple, at the end of the day, these transfers are only rumors until they're confirmed. We all thought that Harry Kane was going to move, but Harry Kane confirmed that he's no longer moving. Never mind whatever the reasons are, he's not moving. So until they have confirmed the rumors, then, I will probably go ahead more. But you know what? You know what's confirmed? I'll tell you what's confirmed. What's confirmed is that if Lukaku plays, against Liverpool, he's going to confirm score 1 goal at least. So that's what I'm going to confirm.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's how it goes. It's about confirming. So therefore I shall confirm that for you. But I'm going to agree with you. I don't think Ronaldo is ever going to be the same team as Messi because I do agree. I wouldn't say it's ego, but I also wouldn't say it's pride. But it's more like that challenge. Being able to challenge to someone who you think is that nemesis of yours. Like how a superhero has a nemesis. I have no better reference, okay, because I can't think of one now. But it's like a Batman and Joker thing, you know. They can't live without each other, sort of thing. I mean, if you follow the comics, it's always like that.
Okay,
Batman
yeah,
and
fair
Joker,
enough, fair enough.
Batman and Joker. Okay, I'm not saying who is Joker and who's Batman. I'm just giving like a little reference there. But yeah, I do agree with you. You know, I don't think Ronaldo and Messi are ever going to play in the same team. And then going back to Mbappe, I'm just going to say he just wants to be the main man lah. Of course, go to Real Madrid. You know, the only good star I see there is what, Benzema. Biased a bit, I'll say Hazard, but that's about it lah. Yeah. Notice I won't even say Courtois. So anyway, yeah, Hazard.
Oh, Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale. Don't care lah. But yeah, that's just my thoughts lah.
Interesting. Now, talking about that, enough about the transfers and everything. You keep harping on Lukaku's transfer.
I'm humping all the time, bro.
You think that Lukaku will actually score?
He will score
for Chelsea.
He will score a goal for Chelsea. He will definitely. I have no doubt. I mean, like what we mentioned before in previous episodes, Lukaku is a proven goal scorer, and for him to score on his debut, I'm telling you, he's gonna bang in more goals. And I would like to say he's gonna be our golden boot kind of winner at the end of the season. But then I am gonna admit there are a lot of different contenders that do deserve that title. But I believe Lukaku, of course, will definitely be one of those top contenders.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
No. Yeah, correct. So this is something that we agree, but something that I will now agree very firmly. I think Tuchel has what it takes, to break down as much teams as he can. I know it's not going to be an all-win. I don't think we will replicate what Arsenal did then with the Invincibles. I think there are times we're going to lose because Tuchel being
like tomorrow.
Tuchel,
I mean, not tomorrow. Tomorrow. Saturday.
Okay, tomorrow you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can say that, but we're not losing lah. That's in your dream. If you're playing fantasy football or FIFA 21 or 22, whatever the hell FIFA game is now, then yeah lah. But if you're talking about the reality, that one is Chelsea's going to win.
Just a gentle reminder, Ben. The game is played at Anfield. The fans are back in the stadium.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. We welcome them. We always like these sort of pressure. That's how we've been winning under Tuchel. And I'm gonna say, say whatever you all want, but you know what? We're not the top squad, but we are a squad that revolves around family, and Tuchel has sort of reinforced that. And yeah, I'm looking forward because I think, comparing to the game we had against Arsenal not say a top flight team lah, so I'm not very scared. But against Liverpool, not say too scared. But you know what? I'm looking for a very good challenge because I think, I have said at the beginning, I think Liverpool is also a top contender for the top four. And true enough, both teams that we've talked about are in the top four. Manchester United is a different story lah, but let's not go there. Some special guest thought they would win the second game but didn't win. It's a draw. So So if you're watching,
I was right. Come on, hold your horses. Oh my god, the very next game they draw already.
He's probably going to say one game only, but you know what? That's not the point. Again, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I don't care about Manchester United. I don't even care about Liverpool. I'm just going to say this right here, right now. It's going to be 0-2. Obviously, to Chelsea, we will maintain that clean streak. And I don't know who will score first, but I'm going to tell you, the 2 goals, Lukaku is likely going to be one of the goal scorer. Yeah.
You really think that Lukaku? It's going to be a very interesting matchup because even the newspapers are saying back in England, right? This is probably the best test for Lukaku because he's going to be facing Van Dijk. So, and Van Dijk, we all know, is very different from Mari. Mari was totally just bullied off, He's like one big boy playing some small boy like that. Premier 6 kid playing against Premier 1 kid, I mean, the way he was bullied. But it's different when you're playing Van Dijk, it's very different. Van Dijk is a much cleverer player. And he obviously has the physique and the pace to match him back. He's slowly getting back the full fitness. He did well in the first 2 games. Right. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm very curious to see how it's going to pan out. I admit Lukaku looks fitter, looks leaner, looks hungry. Yeah, but again, 3 words. Hold your horses. Yeah, just want to say that. Okay, now enough about Arsenal. I think the last few episodes has always been about us, rambling about Liverpool, about Chelsea. But I think it's probably time to also hear from other Liverpool fans and other Chelsea fans about what they think of the big match this weekend. So let's hear it from them.
Yep, let's hear from them. Let's go.
Liverpool versus Chelsea, big game ahead. It's a top of the table clash between two sides who have won both their opening games and have not conceded a goal. So how do the mighty Reds try to get this win? Well, first of all, everybody's talking about Lukaku and Virgil van Dijk, but that's not where the main fight is going to be in midfield. Mateo Kovacic, Jorginho, and Mason Mount have been Chelsea's preferred three, and they do know how to pass the ball. So what Liverpool needs to do, they need to close them all down, make sure they don't have enough time on the ball. So who can do that job? Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. Now I know a lot of people will want Keita, but although he has played 2 good games, we all must remember that he did stand and watch as Toni Kroos launched balls over his head, which led to Liverpool's defeat in the Champions League last season. So, a lot of people like him, but unfortunately, this is probably not the game for him. So, for Liverpool, for attacking wise, well, I will prefer to go with Jota now. I don't think that maybe Fabinho is a very big choice between Fabinho and Jota, but we need to get the goals when the chances come, and Jota is that man. The fella's not big, but he knows how to get into position and score a goal. Hope Liverpool get the early goal, and things should go on from there. 2-1 to the Reds, that's my prediction. Come on, you Reds.
A Saturday evening showdown at Anfield Road. 2 teams level on points and goal difference, and each will look to keep their respective clean sheets here and even leapfrog each other. We might see changes at the back for the Blues. They started with Chalobah for season opener and switched to Christensen at the Emirates, but this time round, experience might come in the form of Thiago Silva, and that might just come in handy. The Reds, though, played with a pretty high backline against Sean Dyche's old men over the weekend, but if Burnley had barely anything to offer moving forward, Chelsea might just have that. And if Tuchel goes for 2 up front with Werner and Lukaku, they will want to sit deeper. So this might just be another cagey affair at Anfield at the Kop, and I won't be surprised if this ends 1-1.
All right, yeah, so I agree with Joey. I really think that we will obviously, come out winners. Unfortunately, Joey thinks that Chelsea will score. Like this guy next to me thinks that Lukaku will score. Okay, fine. But I honestly think that Liverpool will still keep a clean sheet. So it's 2-0 to Liverpool for me. Okay, so that's just my opinion. Ben thinks it's 2-0, Joey thinks it's 2-1, and for some strange reason, DX actually thinks it's 1-1. So I mean, yeah lah, he knows it lah. DX, well done, DX. Why, Ben? You look like you want to strangle him.
No, I'm okay. I think every Chelsea fan has their own thoughts and view. He's a bit more too analytical, but that's fine. I do respect him, great person. But I don't see it as 1-1. I will still stick to my guns. It's 2-0. Lukaku definitely going for the kill. And Tuchel masterclass. Say what you want, but the masterclass is here. The best of the best German football coaches, and he's going to be slaying.
I think you hit this nail on the head. It's Germany versus Germany in some sense. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to this weekend's game because it's Klopp versus Tuchel. It's almost like master versus apprentice. I mean, Tuchel kind of followed Klopp's trajectory and Mainz. They went on to Dortmund, and then they moved on into other bigger clubs, and both won a Champions League. Tuchel is again following Klopp's footsteps, except the Premier League. I don't think he's gonna emulate that anytime soon. But he may emulate him in the next World Club Cup, just to show you guys.
Okay.
So don't know whether you guys will do it, but okay. So I'm really looking forward to it, and especially the clash between Lukaku and Van Dijk as well.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it remains to be seen. So looking forward to it.
Okay, and with that, it comes to the close of a very passionate episode. Once again, this is VAR with John and Ben. We hope you guys have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you next week.
Chelsea will win. Liverpool will lose. Goodbye.